spiritual tests, jealousy, and love? Oh my! Are you in the mood for a reading? I'm in the mood for a reading. How about we pull a few cards and see what comes out? Sounds good? Sounds good. Okay, so I was just sitting here, playing with the cards. I was feeling this energy, and I was like, what is this energy? So I pulled out the tarot first, and I got the Seven of Swords and the Sun. And so instantly that told me there's some thievery that's being exposed. It's being exposed for everyone to see. So I was like, I just left it at these two cards. I don't even know what was at the bottom of the deck. That deck, I don't even know. But I was like, let me get my Oracle deck. I need some clarification. I need some details on this. So for you, I see like you've had to be brave. You've had to fight, the shadow monster. You had to fight your own shadow. You had to fight demons. You had to fight things that were unseen. And unseen doesn't always have to be in the spiritual realm. That could be gossip. That could be rumors. That could be slander. That could be defamation of character. So many lies. But you held your truth, your sword of truth, with all its light and its flame of glory. And you said, I'm going to do it. And you stood up against the darkness. And guess what, boo? You passed that spiritual test. You see that? Pass. You have your certificate from the divine, from the Most High. They are so proud of you. You were courageous. You were so brave. You couldn't even see everything that you were facing. You couldn't even see all the battles, all the tests that you were fighting. But you passed it with flying colors. Congratulations to you, boo. And because of that, it was your divine mission at work. You had no idea, and that's the thing. When we sign up to come into this lifetime, into this 3D realm, we agree not to remember who we are, what our spiritual rank is, possibly what planet we come from, really what we come here for. We come into this world, into this lifetime blind, and boo, you served it. You did it. You passed the test. You stayed true to the mission. You followed all of the synchronicities, all of your guides, all those little inklings, all those intuitions, that gut feelings. It has paid off. You have served the mission at hand. And because you have served the mission at hand, you have elevated. You've elevated to High Priestess. I don't know what your spiritual rank was prior to this, but boo, leaving this lifetime, no, you're leaving elevated as the High Priestess. You have rose in rank, and good for you. You now have an elevated sense of intuition. You are both walking in this realm on the 3D world, but you're also walking in that spiritual realm. You hear things whisper to you, whether it's spirits, whether it's animals, whether it's the trees. You just know. So trust what you know. And guess what? Because you worked so hard, because you passed these spiritual tests, because you have ascended to the rank of High Priestess, because you have, been doing the work, following the mission of the divine, you have new love coming in. Ah! And this is just not any love, okay? Everything that you've been through, all that bravery, like I said, you had to face darkness. You had to face evil. You had to face jealousy. You had to face, gossip, slander, people tearing your name down. Like, you had to face all of that. And you stayed true to who you were. You stayed true to your mission. You stayed true to your morals and values. You have earned this new love. You see Cupid right here? This is like the work of divine. They are sending you, this is not just any regular smegular, like, person you've been with the past, like someone you thought you might have loved. Let me tell you, you thought you knew love until you meet this person, okay, boo? Let me tell you, this is a divine partnership. This is a union orchestrated by the divine, by the Most High. You have earned this, and this is what's coming into you. And guess what, boo? He thinking about you. Your divine partner is thinking about you. Got you on the brain. And that's how you know, like, it's a divine union. You guys are like talking telepathically. You're not just talking. You may not know each other yet on this 3D realm. Like I say, it's love coming. So you may not know who this person is. This person may have seen you on the street. You guys may be talking in the 5D. But the image of you, the thoughts of you, someone like you, someone with their personality, like they've seen you in their dreams. They have no idea who you are, but they know like that dream girl that they're searching for, it's you, or dream guy, fitted for how it goes in your life. But this person, you're on their brain, they're searching for you, and you're searching for them, and trust and believe it's coming in. But you know why it's coming in? Like I said, you passed this spiritual test. You know what you had to fit. And like I said, when I started this out here, I said there was thievery. There was that Seven of Swords, someone trying to be deceptive, trickery, coming after you. And I can, first card out the deck was a mature woman. And so mature woman is not someone that you expect like trickery and thievery. And that's why it is the perfect disguise. It's someone, mature woman, like I'm just, it's showing someone of an older status. This could be a parent. It could be a grandparent, and like looking at this picture, like they seem like harmless, like around with the grandkids, like you would never think anything was really going on. But behind the mature woman, I said, well, tell me more about this mature woman. You got a fool's journey, immaturity, and reckless. So while they may appear mature, that's just because that's how long they've been on this earth. They've been on this earth long enough that they've got gray hair, they've accumulated children, grandchildren. So a lot of times people don't think to question or second guess or, just think twice about older people. But to assume that older people, a lot of times older people, you can meet older people that are happy and glad to be here, but some of them are cranky, some of them are bitter, some of them are upset about how their life turns out. There are people that are jealous of their children, jealous of their grandchildren. They may have opportunities that they did not have. But granted, that's how it's supposed to go. Honestly, that's why some people shouldn't have kids. If you didn't do what you want to do in life, don't have kids. And, wait till the next lifetime. But truly, this was someone that was reckless. They were like, and their body is mature, but their mind and their emotions is immature. So this mature woman, like, I don't know who it is for you. Like I said, it could be a grandparent, could be a mother, it could be an aunt, it could be a mentor. But they were like extremely, at their core, they're extremely immature. They, emotionally stunted is what I'm getting. They don't know how to have mature relationships with anybody. They probably work with kids or something like that because that's the level that they understand. And so when I asked more about this, they were like, and the next thing that came out was theft. And that's like, theft is twice, because remember, we had the Seven of Swords out here. Theft. So I was like, I got theft twice. So I got confirmation on theft. So this mature woman, like I said, who was this elderly person, I don't even want to say mature, this elderly woman who was very immature, emotionally stunted, sought out to steal something from you. They were stealing something from you, and that could be, your looks, that could be your reputation, that could be your money, that could be your children, that could be your pets. They can, there's so many things that people consider, personality, people talk about destiny stop. They want to be you so badly. They want to wear your face. They were trying to steal something from you. And it's because they have this Jezebel spirit on them. Very lustful. And sometimes that lustful energy can keep you looking younger, can keep you feeling younger, because not only were they stealing from you, they're stealing from the people they interact with. That's what keeps them young. I talked about working with kids, it is so sad, but many people will be surprised how you got many people, when we see it in the world today, people are taking so much, abusing children. And you got some of these practitioners that, hide in the dark with these Jezebel spirits. They're trying to stay young forever, look youthful forever, never go old, and keep up with the new because they didn't live the life that they want to live, or they're jealous of, like I said, the grandchildren, their children. So it's just this Jezebel spirit that's on them making you want to steal from you in particular. And out behind that came dark magic. And that's where I got that practitioner from, and like a voodoo doll. It's just almost like, because they aren't you, they do whatever they can to bring you down. And that could be beauty spells, that could be love spells, that could be, you know, wanting to take your beauty so you feel, you know, ugly, or like, because possibly, like I said, you have that mature woman, you probably are younger than this mature woman, wanting to tap into your youth. They want to take away from your youth. Or if you have opportunities, if you have people that love you, people that want to date you, they want to snatch that from you, so you're bitter and angry and cantankerous like them. But, you know, boo, I read your fortune first, okay? I read your story first. You got love coming in. You done passed tests. You are so brave. So this magic, it didn't even touch you. That's why it's not even a thing. And you know why they tried it? Jealousy. Let's see. Jealousy, competition, monitoring spirit, eyes green with envy, hateful. And, you know, when you see a lot of older people with this energy, it's truly because they didn't live the life they wanted to live. And that's not your fault. That's not anybody's fault, but their own. Not to say that they didn't have hardships in their life and they didn't face certain like dilemmas, because we all do. It's life, you know. Even with you passing this test that you passed, that's not to say that it was easy. That's not to say that you didn't face hardships. That's not to say that you didn't have people that were hating on you. You didn't have people that, you know, disliked you. You're not to say you didn't have some really hard times where you had to get on your knees and pray and say, why is this happening to me? Like, you faced all that, but it didn't turn you evil. It didn't turn you to the point where I'm going to go after someone else. I'm going to be jealous of what someone else has. I'm going to try to take from, you know, another generation. I'm going to try to take from my niece, my nephew, my daughter, you know, my grandchildren. That's not what you did. You passed the test. You stood up against this evil and you have won. And that's why I said it's almost like they tried to take love from you. But you are the very definition of love. Like I said, you're here on a divine mission. So you have love wrapped around you in the unseen realm. You will always be loved. You don't even need someone physically to love you. Because you have love is your very essence. It's all around you. It's that light around you. That's why so many people are attracted to you. That's why so many people love you. You are the very definition of love. So they could never take that from you. The only way they could have taken that from you is if you gave it to them. You have to give your consent, your permission. That's why you saw that black magic. That's why it didn't work on you. You might have felt bad. You might have been in your head. But you still were you. You still got up. You still held that sword of truth and kept going. Because you are loved. You loved yourself more than anything. So it's like that's, you know, they can touch you even on your worst day. They couldn't touch you. I got cards sticking out. It's like, I just want to see if like there's anything else. But like I said, it started out with the Seven of Swords and the Sun. Like, this is all being exposed. Like, people are seeing Five of Pentacles. Like, this person, this mature woman who tried it, they are now out in the cold because they have been exposed. People are seeing, like if it could have been, like I said, if this is your grandmother, if this is your mother, if this is your aunt, great aunt, people are seeing like, something ain't right here. Like, 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2. The math ain't mathin', boo. You know, you're saying they're this, but they're over there shining and loving themselves. So why are the stories not adding up? So they are now out in the cold. People are walking away from them. People are abandoning them because they're realizing something's not right. And even you, like I said, you have walked away from them because you know that something's not right. You know, because you love yourself, this isn't love. Hold on. I dropped the cards. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. And so I'm not going to take them, but I just want to say the cards that fell. 5 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, and Death, baby. Okay? And just the way that I'm taking that is that they really tried to, like, ruin you. They tried to, like I said, gossip, slander, defamation character, get in people's ear, really tried to ruin you. But you found a way to balance it out. You found balance because you love yourself. You've been through that balance. You created your own steady, stable foundation. And you put a death to the old you. So be proud of yourself. So tell me more about this 5 of Pentacles. What's that? Oh, Magician. See, that's what I'm saying. You got in your bag. You know how to use everything that's at your disposal on this 3D round. You know how to use your passion and your creativity. You know how to use your emotions. You know how to use your intellect. And if you don't have your coins, or you saving up your coins, you know how to use whatever coins you have available to you to make your life magical. And you are like working on something magical, your next masterpiece. While they're out in the cold, 8 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's what I'm saying. You getting in your bag, you packing your stuff, you getting ready to fly off. Fly off into that new beginning. Fly off into that new love. That person who loved you. You going towards your happiness, boo. Yes, and this is justice, okay? This is your justice for everything that you faced, for everything that you endured, for all of the jealousy, the competition, the gossip, the slander, all that energy, negative energy they sent your way. You alchemized it. You stayed true to yourself. Like I said, you ascended to that high priestess level, and now the universe is so proud of you. This is your justice. You have love coming in for you. And I want to say it's not just, I feel like it's romantic love, but I also feel like it's a platonic love. It's like your soul tribe coming in for you, because you deserve this, because you stay true to your morals and values. Tower, and for them, like I said, they out in that 5 of Pentacles, and it's partially where they wanted you to be, out in the 5 of Pentacles. They wanted you out in the cold, outcasted. No one loves you, no one likes you, no one cares about you, bringing this tower to your life. But realistically, they sent a tower to your life, and it's almost like that tower they tried to send to you, you alchemized it, as I was saying. You figured out it made you stronger, and that's what I'm saying. You passed that spiritual test. And you started planting new seeds, 7 of Pentacles, okay? And these new seeds that you are planting, these new seeds of self-love, of self-care, of, you got the 6 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's about that give and take, that balance. You have a balance of people giving to you, people filling your cup, and you filling other people's cup, because life is transactional. Relationships are transactional. That's truly what it is. But you now have an even balance of it. And like I said, life is about to balance out for you in a way that you don't even expect. I can honestly say you don't see this coming. You can't predict how it's gonna come. The 7 of Swords, 77 could be significant. You have surpassed it. No matter what they try, what can they steal from you? People can only steal what you allow them to steal. And it really makes me think about slavery and things like that. The hangman. If you get caught up in the things that you lost, or the things that you had to walk away from, or the things that they took from you, then yeah, that 7 of Swords actually did happen. When it makes me think about slavery, when people enslave people, because I had a conversation with this woman, and we didn't necessarily agree. We had to agree to disagree, because she was talking about, well, people don't have choices in slavery, and she does not know that I am a Black woman, a Black American woman, and I stem from, my lineage stems from slavery. My grandfather, when he went to go vote, he had to go, instead of just going to his local place, he had to go somewhere much further. He had to travel. And then they had to tell him, read the Constitution and all of that. I had my great grandmother, she cleaned the dorms at Duke. And funny enough, her grandchildren both are graduates of Duke. And do you think that they got any financial support with her being a longtime employee? No, because we're Black. They were Black. So when I hear someone talk about that, it's we didn't have a choice, but did we sit there and say woe is me? There were moments for sure, but we kept going, because guess what? People can only take what you give them. They can't, we still fought for the right to live. We believed we had a right to live. We found happiness in the darkest of times. I'm thinking of Harry Potter, happiness can always be found. I'm going to butcher this quote, but it's happiness can always be found in the darkest of time if one only remembers to turn on the light. And that's what you did. you turned on the light, even in your darkest of times. So they stole nothing from you at all. It's impossible with all the love that's around you, on like physically in this physical realm and in the unseen realm. Impossible. Here it is again, high priestess. You are the high priestess. They can't take that from you. They can't take away what you know with judgment at the bottom of the deck. Time is up for them. They will now be judged. You have ascended to your spiritual rank. Love is coming in for you. Blessings are coming in from you. And those people who tried you, those people who were jealous of you, those people who were reckless and immature, they will now be judged. And let's see how they fare.